Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about running form, and we're going to go over some very basic drills. Running is a learned sport. It's not born. It requires a lot of application, a lot of practice, and a lot of form drills. So if you've been at the same level for a while and you're not really getting breakthroughs in your run, you can only get so far with fitness. You have to address your form and become a better, more efficient runner to become a fast runner. So when we start working on running form, we start from the head down. And the first thing we talk about is the head itself, which is one of the heaviest parts of the body. If you shift the head forward, it's changing your center of gravity. So we want to keep this head on top of the body. And I use the metaphor of if you were to balance a bowling ball on a pole, it would be relatively easy to balance it, but as soon as that pole tilts, that bowling ball is going to come crashing to the ground. Your head is the same way. You need to keep your head on top of your shoulders. Now, a lot of runners hear that you need to lean forward or lean into gravity or use gravity to your advantage, but what that does is it tends to throw people off, because when you tell somebody to lean forward, the first thing they do is this. And what that does is it promotes a butt-out running style. Butt-out running is never desirable. It changes the angle of the hips, and your hips are your center of mass. When you're running, you're basically taking these hips and moving them forward through space. Sometimes you'll hear the hips referred to as a bucket, and we don't want to tilt the bucket, we don't want to tilt it forward or back, we don't want to do this. We want the hips nice and blocked and level. That's where the core strength comes in, and we want to set the hip position. So instead of leaning forward, what we're going to teach you today is called forward lean. And the drill for that is my posture drill. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our fingers up and we're going to stretch our body and elongate our spine. From this position right here, we're going to put our hands on our shoulders, keeping our chin up. We're going to drop our elbows and then put our hands on our hips. And what this does is it puts you in a neutral postural alignment. I'm going to show you that from the side. Okay, so this isn't exaggerated. It doesn't feel like I'm forcing my posture. My chin is up, my chest is out, and I'm basically like a board from head to toe. Now from this position, we want a forward lean. And we're going to lean forward onto the balls of our feet. Should be a slight forward lean. Now right here is this tipping point where I'm working with gravity. If I'm forward onto my toes and I want to take a step forward, that's too far. So you want just a slight forward lean. The best way to picture this is picture a rope around my waist, and I'm pulling that rope towards, the hips are going forward, towards you. Okay? So instead of this, we're doing this. And now we see that tall posture, running tall, running proud, running erect. Head's on top of the shoulder, and we have our posture in alignment. The process for this is to set your posture, set your lean, your forward lean, and then you can do a stride where you run out maintaining that posture. I tend to work with posture first because if we don't get this down, nothing else will stick. So make sure you have your posture. You may want to videotape yourself, watch yourself in the mirror, but once again, as soon as you get that butt out posture, you can't be a fast runner.